Okay, so I've done a bit of embellishing on the pages, a little bit of stamping, not a whole lot, just a little bit on the sides here. Added a little bit of borders and some flat back pearls and did a little bit more stamping. So just a little bit of the embellishment. It's mostly just the cut aparts that came with the paper. And now it is time to put our pages in our album. So I advise using wet adhesive for this because you really want them to stay in. Alright, so we're going to apply wet adhesive just to the top part of each of our, on either side of your flange. Okay, and then take your first page and get your opening, and we're just going to slip it on. Okay, now make sure you have a wet nap or something ready if there's any extra glue. Oh, and mine came out. Of course it did. Okay, so, sorry, my head might be in the way there. Alright, now push on it at the bottom just to make sure it adheres. And this can be quite finicky, so be patient with it. Okay, so there is the first one. Okay, and now we will go with the second one. And the third. And it's a little bit too much glue, so I'm going to take just a little bit off. Okay, and the fourth one. Just gonna rub it with my finger so it's not excessive. And I'm probably going to add some pattern paper in between the gussets. Alright, now we can put our pockets in the top here. And I just did my tags for the pockets just with plain cardstock. Okay, and now let's just close it up and make sure it's all good. Let's grab our lid. Okay, and there is our box. So when you open it up, everything flips out nicely. Alright, so now let's add some pattern paper to these gussets. Don't have a whole lot left, so I might just do purple because that's the biggest piece I have. So 6.5 by 1 inch. And add some score tape. And we'll place it down. So I didn't show putting the embellishments on because I figured everyone's probably going to have different embellishments to work with. So I didn't do anything too crazy. Few flowers, some flat back pearls, a little bit of borders, so nothing too crazy. And you don't have to put paper in the gussets, I just like to do it, but it's not absolutely necessary. And make sure when you're putting your pages in the album, like attaching them to the spine, or to the, sorry, to the hinge system, make sure they're attaching in the right spot. Make sure the opening that you're using is your base page opening. So we have spot for the pocket up here, and then opposite that is the opening that you want to make sure that's what's going on the hinge, because you've got so many flips and flaps, you don't want to hear the wrong part. That would not work well. So this purple here, I'm using the purple A because I don't have a lot of paper left, and B because then it will tie in the purple that you see on the sides here, because as you're going through the album I want it to remain cohesive. So this should tie it in nicely. Okay, folks, you've made yourself a mini album in a box. Alright, so let's make sure everything opens nicely here. That's good. And the last one. Awesome. Everything seems to work really well. Okay. There you have it. Grab the side of the lid with side of the box with your lid, and then it is a tight squeeze. Fits just perfectly, nice and snug. All right, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.